Hey guys, okay, let's go through breakdown March 31st. These are my trades for the day. I'll share my P&L. These were impatient trades, these two losses. This one, I trailed my stop loss, and I trailed it, in my opinion, wrong. I shouldn't have. My target was actually here, you guys, for a nice 1 to 4. But I trailed it at this drop base drop that took out the low, and it just spiked me out. I should have trailed it at the fair value gap, but either way, it doesn't matter. Profitable day today. I'm just going to explain. This one here was a blip. I took this trade at the flip zone, and when I entered the MT4 entry, the default setting for my TP was here, and it moved so fast with one candlestick that I didn't even have time to move the TP. So it took me out at TP, and then I had to jump back in at the next flip zone. So that's why there's two entries. Otherwise, I would have never been in two entries. I would have just been in one. Whoops. So let's just break down. Again, this one, I overmanaged this trade. I saw this chalk, you guys, at the supply zone. So I actually closed on the retest right here. I closed when it came back and retested. But as you can see, EU took off. But there was another supply zone just above. It gave a chalk, and I sold. I sold to the next demand zone, as I tell you guys. Obviously, I could have partialed and kept selling, but it was a profitable day, so sometimes we don't want to be too greedy. So let's break down why and how I entered these trades. All right, so first and foremost, again, I always get on the charts and I look at, let's take these markings off for a second. I get on the charts and I see where we are at with price. So again, there was a perfect sell, you guys, last night on London. Just absolutely perfect. Took out a low, took out a high, retest, just boom. Could have sold to this next demand zone. Fair value gap, just an absolutely perfect sell. Now, when I woke up, what did I see? I saw that we had taken out this low and we over 50% filled this fair value gap. So where did I believe price was going, right? So price here, let me go to the 1 hour. So I got on the charts at 7. Okay, so basically oops, can't do that. I gotta go on a 15-minute. Okay, so I got on the charts at 7, so right here. I saw that we filled this, we took out this liquidity here. We took out that liquidity, and we tapped into this sell to buy. Okay, and price now has started to make, let's take these markings off again. Price has started to make lower highs and higher highs, right? Now, I marked out originally these two areas. Let me just take these markings off here, you guys, sorry. So we had supply zone right here. Okay, supply zone to sell from, which is why I was selling, back down into what? The demand zone that took out the low and starts taking out the high. Same exact things that I teach you guys on YouTube here, day in and day out. Now, it's up to us to figure out what the direction is, right? Like, why would I not sell this all the way down here? Well, for me personally, being is that London made this massive move, it's more probable that we're going to get some sort of mitigation up higher. Now, there was this tiny fair value gap in this supply zone up here, so you'll see in a second why I sold from there. But this is what I'm thinking when I see these moves. I'm just asking myself, where's the next supply zone? Where's the next demand zone? That's it. Simple as that. And then I choose the direction that I believe price will go, and we can scalp in between these zones, you guys, for really, really high RR trades. Now, if you were on the 1 minute, this is a chalk. You could have sold from here down to here. On the 15-second, though, I got on the charts a little late, so I missed this buy because I was on the charts at 7:15. I got onto the charts, and that sell would have been absolutely perfect, and I missed this buy right there. All this buy, I definitely would have taken that off this fair value gap fill with a chalk and a flip zone. Boom, I would have taken that buy off my demand zone. but I missed it. And I felt like price would fill this fair value gap and then come back down to here to retest, okay? So some of this, guys, is just my own ability to read price action. I've been doing this for so long that, you know, sometimes things are just intuition, and then you see price action form. Now, I got in a little early on this first trade. It did give me a chalk. Now, I was looking at the 5-second chart here. I should have covered this high, is what I should have done. Again, I'm pretty aggressive, you guys, with my stop losses. I don't mind taking a couple losses because when I find a winner, it almost always covers that loss, right? So price was actually went in my favor. And again, you have to keep in mind, guys, like 1%, like 1.65% of my account, like these trades are profitable trades that you could just get in and out of the market and be making a couple $1,000s a day. But that doesn't fit my rules. We always need our own rules. So whatever you guys trade, you need to have your own rules for those setups. So again, this is, you know, $2,000, but this is where yeah, again, it comes down to your rules, guys. So price ended up taking me out. I could have gone break even right here, you guys, with this drop-based drop to take out that low. I actually could have gone break even, but I didn't. It is what it is. Price came back up, guys, and then gave us another chalk. I got in here on this flip zone with my stop loss covering the fair value gap. Now, I overmanaged this trade a little bit. I started trailing my stop loss at these drop-based drops. So as you can see here, there's a drop-based drop. So I started moving my SL into profit. My target was this demand again, guys. We have another fair value gap with a rally, or basically a rally-based rally right here. So if you look on the 1 minute, because I know people have asked about like 1 minute, you know, these things just look like candlesticks that have opened and closed. But guys, these are rally-based rallies that take out supply. So they're important if you understand the candlesticks. So when we got another chalk, I entered a buy here. Now, again, a little impatient. It didn't quite come into my green buy zone, so is what it is. Took this loss. It was a little bit in profit, and then boom, took me out there. Now, this trade right here, when this happened, this was my flip zone. So again, 15-second entry, buy to sell that took out liquidity. Okay, we're in my demand zone. We have a flip zone, so I entered. Okay, now again, I forgot to move my stop or my take profit. This next candle shot up so quick that literally it took me out take profit instantly, and I was planning on moving my take profit to here. So when I saw that it took me out, I was now like, shoot, that was the entry I wanted. How do I get back into this trade? I looked at this as a fair value gap with a flip zone. So I actually entered here on this right there. Okay, so when that candle broke that high, I was in the trade again with my stop loss below this area that I believed was now mitigated. And that's ended up what happening. Now, I ended up over managing this trade. So I saw that chalk, you guys. So I saw this chalk inside of supply. When price came back up, I exited. Okay, it filled this fair value gap. I exited. You know, no one knows what the market's going to do. I had no idea if this was going to take me out and go here. So, you know, this was a 3.5 RR trade. That was a nice trade. But, you know, I ended up over managing it because my bias was actually that this high would get run. And, you know, I didn't trust my analysis. I exited that trade early. So, is what it is, but it ended up taking off lovely. Now, what ended up happening here is, I tell you guys, I try to shoot for like 10R a day. So, you know, this trade here was 2R. This trade here, what was this? This was 1.7R, so almost 4R. This trade was 3R, so 3.5. So I'm almost at 10R. So I just wanted one more trade. And all I basically did, you guys, was when we got a chalk here, right there, I went to the 15-minute and I looked at why. Why do we have a chalk? Oh, we have a fair value gap. We just took liquidity. Okay, cool. I'm going to take that trade. and that's what happened. Price came back into the extreme OB, and it went down, and my target was the next demand. All right, so if we go to the 1 minute, that's your rally-based rally that took out all of this liquidity. I have no idea that price wouldn't do that. That's why I exited there. That got me my 10R, just over 10R for the day. And yeah, like I said, I'll share my P&L. But this is what we do every single day, you guys. I just look at the markets. We look at supply and demand. We wait for market structure to shift, and we buy and sell in between these zones, you guys. You can look for OBs. You can look for fair value gaps. You can look for liquidity. That's all the POIs I use. And we just do this day in and day out. So I hope this was helpful in terms of understanding my mentality, what I'm looking at in the markets, and how I see that. And yeah, hope you guys have a good weekend. I'm not sure if we'll be trading tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. Take care.